Let's go through the new sets. Freaking Nefas looks so funny. We'll check back in on his look in between the sets. How about that? That sounds pretty fun. Okay. All right, here's the first one. Kargaeda's Visage. So this is one of the monster sets. Thank you for all the follows, everybody. I really appreciate it. Pagan Mirror, thank you for the sub. I think I missed that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I got a little distracted. Thank you for that sub. And Shliwa, thank you for the sub as well. Thank you, thank you. All right. Here we go. So this is one of the new monster sets. Gives stamina and magicka, but at a lower amount. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I thought we were gonna see all of the stamina and magicka lines hybridized, but at like slightly lower amounts. Oh man, I got super excited for a second. I got super excited. I thought we were gonna see it. Yeah, we'll get to all of them. Don't worry, guys. I don't know what any of them do yet, really. So we'll get there though. Man, they should do this though. Just lower the amount a little. I mean, it's not gonna affect damage that much, really, right? It's like these stat lines already don't really add that much damage, so like just lower them a little and give both. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Okay, here we go. On dealing damage with a heavy attack, create a whirlwind that slowly moves forward for 8 seconds, growing by 3 meters every 3 seconds. Okay, so you deal a heavy attack, you make a whirlwind, and it slowly moves forward for 8 seconds, and it grows at the same time. Okay, enemies within the whirlwind take shock damage and physical damage. Okay. Allies within the whirlwind reduce their magicka and stamina cost by 10%. This effect can occur once every 20 seconds and scales off the higher of your weapon and spell damage. So what is that? 8 seconds out of 20 that you can have it up. Let's see, 8 out of 20. So 40% uptime on 10%. So it's going to come out to about a 4% cost reduction overall if you get perfect uptimes. So probably more like 2.5, 3% for most groups, I would think, realistically, which is 3% cost reduction compared to a recovery line. It does sound like it comes from the player, Days Wind. Yeah, it does sound like it comes from the player. Let me turn chat back on, and I'm gonna move y'all over here. That way it'll show up on the screen for people to see. Can there be less heavy attack proxies? Yeah, no, I 100% agree. They need to make it on dealing damage with a bash or a heavy attack. Bam. Easy. Easy solution. Give options, you know what I'm saying? Give options. This will work with a medium attack. This is true because it doesn't say fully charged. So you can just do one of those quick heavies where you barely hold it longer than a standard light attack. So that is a plus. It seems okay. It is a monster set, right? So you're not like giving up a 5-piece for this. And they're, so that does make it a little more appealing for sure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this gets worked in. You could alternate them as well. Like if 2 people had it, you could alternate it. But at that point, you're like probably giving up too much stuff. Or you're giving up a mythic. Rojo healer. Yeah, I mean, they're already doing their heavies anyway. I could see something like that working. I wouldn't say Sentinel is better. I'm not a big fan of Sentinel. Symphony is definitely better. Symphony you can only have 1 person in though. So better than the Navi set. Yeah, that's true. That Navi set's awful. I mean, if this was a 5-piece set, I'd right now I'd be like garbage. Oh, let's go check on Nefas. Oh, he's a bald Nefas. Oh, this is great. This is great.
If it's a regular chapter.
All right, but we'll move on. I think it's interesting. It's, you know, these numbers will obviously scale up as well. So it will be a little bit of damage coming too. So it's not only cost reduction for your group, but you're going to get some damage out of it as well. So it's I think it's interesting. I think you'll be able to squeeze it in some places. It's a good support set. For Rojo. Yeah, I can see that. I definitely take it over Sentinel. If anybody's like still running Sentinel, I definitely take it over that. Obviously, you still want Symphony. Symphony's really good still. You want your Encratis. You want your Encratis still. Look at the cooldown. Yeah, it's 20-second cooldown. Rojo has 21 seconds. This thing is 20. So you get ready to do 3 back-to-back heavies now. No more back-to-back heavies. You get to do back-to-back-to-back. Get it. All right, we'll move on though. It seems interesting. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's like super game changing, but I don't think it's bad. All right, here is the other monster set. Okay, perfect. Nazaray. So this one gives max health. This one for the One Piece gave max magicka and stamina. I wonder if Dome House and other ones that give both are going to be nerfed a little like that. I bet they are. Because that would be kind of weird. That would be kind of weird. Time for them Clippers. Not for me. They didn't do any spellcrafting. Not for me. Thank you for all the follows, everybody. Really appreciate it. This one looks interesting. All right, so we get max health. When you use an ultimate ability, the closest 6 enemies within 12 meters have all damage over time, major debuffs, and minor debuffs applied to them extended by 1 second per 25 ultimate spent. This effect will not apply to damage beans or damage tethers. This effect can occur once every 20 seconds per target. This is weird. Who's that? Nefas! We were just watching you. That's so funny. So now it's Inception. Here we go. So funny. Okay. All right, let's get back to this one though. Thank you again for the big old raid, Nefas. I really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the new haircut. Okay, this is crazy. When you use an ultimate ability, the closest 6 enemies within 12 meters have all damage over time, major debuffs, and minor debuffs applied to them, extended by 1 second per 25 ultimate spent. This is gonna change so much. This is gonna change so much. Like, coordinating around this is gonna be like, this is insane. I think somebody just got in a wreck on in the parking lot. Okay. This is crazy. What is going on outside? Sorry about that if y'all can hear that. When you use an ultimate ability, the closest 6 enemies within... I don't know what's happening. I think my apartment building is falling down. Would it stack with Elfbane? I mean, it should. Yeah, it should. It's like Elfbane for everyone. For all your skills. It won't work on ground dots, no. It's only dots that are on the enemy. What's up, Zelly? How you doing, my friend? Yeah, only dots on the enemy, but still. So all you do is like, all right, start the fight. You wait like what, 5 or 6 seconds? Maybe a little longer. You just get everybody enough time to get all of their dots applied. And then you pop this, and then you just start whacking them. You just start whacking them. This is gonna be ridiculous. More whip. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just whip. You just whip. 1 second per 25 ult. Hold up. How many seconds is this? 50 divided, or 500 divided by 20 seconds. My engulfing flames is gonna last for 34 seconds. What? This is ridiculous. This effect can occur once every 20 seconds per target. You just need someone else wearing it. As soon as your first one runs out, next person hits theirs. Oh man, that's gonna be crazy. I guess you'll need to wait like a tiny bit, because you'll need to like let people get their dots reapplied again, but then pop it again, and then you just start beating on them again. 20-second lacerate. Oh my god, that's gonna hit so hard. Nightblade's end caps are gonna last 26 seconds. 26-second end cap. What is this? What's up, Iffy? How are you doing? Talons? Talons? 24-second talons? It doesn't stack, but you can get up to 20 seconds out of it. So essentially you could have someone else reapply it. You're not going to probably get 500 ult back up on the same person, but if you had somebody else wearing it. Oh my god, this is crazy. It's not buffs. These are not buffs. It's not going to extend buffs. It's going to extend debuffs on the targets. All of your damage over time abilities and your debuffs on the target. Yeah, Yorvold's and Roaring is a buff on your party. Yeah. Check Thrive Against Chaos. Yeah, Thrive Against Chaos is going to be insane. It's going to be crazy. You will see what they overlooked. Thrive Against Chaos ESO. Rend is... Yeah, Rend already lasts 16 seconds. Oh, increases your down by 6% for the duration. I see what you're saying. Yeah. And now this will last 28 seconds. Oh, that's gonna be nasty. This is such a game-changing set. Like, this is such a game-changing set. Rend is not a minor debuff, but it is a damage over time, which is included. All damage over time, major debuffs, and minor debuffs. I don't see this going live like this. I don't see this going live like this. But what is, to me, what's more crazy than like just the sheer power of this set is this is going to completely change the way we play. Like, this will completely change our rotations. Like, completely change like the way that the game is played. I mean, if all of your dots are now lasting 20 more seconds when somebody hits this, like, obviously you still have to do your ground dots because those aren't going to be extended, but they need to remove the dot part. I kind of agree. I think if they remove the dot part, it would be a little more. Don't get me wrong. A part of me really wants this to go in because it's going to be crazy. Can I hit you too? But yeah, it's not AoE dots. It's only single target dots, like dots that are actually applied onto the targets. But holy crap, that is so strong. That is so strong. Yeah, I think they probably need to limit it to major and minor debuffs. Are there single target dot ultimates? Yeah, there's Meteor's not, no. It would be Incap is one. We were just talking about Thrive in Chaos is another. This gives you 6% damage done to the target for the duration, and this effect can stack 6 times if you hit more than one target, which will go now from 8 seconds up to 28 seconds. Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be big. The bow ulti? No, that doesn't count as a single target dot. Yeah. No damage beams or damage tethers. Yeah, nothing like that. Magnum shot should work. Virulent shot, the BRP bow. Yeah. Oh man, this is crazy. Yeah, I don't see this going live like this. The dot from Toxic Barrage would work for it. Yeah, but people don't really go that route in PvE. Yeah, we'll get to it, Days. We'll get to every set. Don't worry. We've only done the monster set so far. Like, I saw this first one and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then we got to this one, and this is such a game-changing set. Wow. The dot from Crescent Sweep. Yeah, the dot from Crescent Sweep would work. Arius. That would get extended. I wonder... we'll have to test it out. We'll definitely look at it on Monday. But I wonder if like if you are the one wearing it and you cast Crescent Sweep, if that like if you would get the extended time on that. You see what I'm saying? Or if it like if it goes out before it actually hits, if that makes sense. I don't know. You can't wait to get zerged by someone wearing. Yeah, you're gonna get zerged, Zelly, for sure. With 28 seconds of Thrive and Chaos on you. This is not. I don't see this going live. This is gonna like. This is too much. It's gonna be tough to. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, empowering sweep. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be nuts. Yeah, this is gonna really take a long time, I think, for groups to figure out exactly when to pop it, exactly how to build your DPS rotations around it, because it's gonna change everything. So my initial thoughts on it, you go into the fight, you start it like normal, you know, you have someone do their normal horn or whatever to open up, but like 7 seconds in ish, you've given everyone time to apply everything that would count for this. Time for the Nightblades to hit their end cap. Like, so ideally you'd time it like right after Nightblades are hitting their end cap or something. Like, get all your dots, Nightblades hit their end cap, and you got your Necro ult down. Like, you have to line it up well so that no one misses one of their dots getting extended, but everyone does that. And then from there, all of your DPS's rotations are changing. Like, you're not gonna be able to like really practice this on a dummy. Like, I mean, I guess you could have someone stand with you and help you out with it, but your whole rotation is like thrown out the window. It's gonna be completely different. And like, how are our ability bar timers gonna track this? Are they gonna work? Are they all gonna be broken? Like, this is gonna change so much. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. You have to go dynamic at this point. Like, you can't do a static rotation with this at all. You have huge spammable windows. Yeah, huge spammable windows. You still will have to recast your wall and your path and stuff though, because those won't get extended. But so I guess for Nightblades, really it's your end cap, your debilitate, and if you're running like degen or something, those are your main ones that are getting extended. But the end cap one is huge because that's so much extra damage getting extended. That's like that's so big. Oh, end cap might not count. I see what you're saying, because it's not a dot, and it's not a named debuff. Ooh, that's a good call. End cap might not count for this. Yeah. But Thrive and Chaos should. The dual wield ult, which gives you 6% per enemy hit, so up to 36% increased damage if you hit 6 enemies. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, thanks, Gmano. Appreciate that. Okay, I think we should move on. Obviously, we're all like going crazy. Hey, Jimmy, what's going on? We got a lot of combos going on about this. Sorry, I can't keep up with everything everyone is saying. But yeah, I think we'll move on. This looks insanely strong. Like, I'm just blown away, really. I think if they made it just major debuffs and minor debuffs, it would probably be a little more in line. I'm gonna guess. The dots with it though is pretty insane. Even Dawnbreakers would be insane with it. That's a long dot. Yeah, that's a long Dawnbreaker dot. That's a lot to deal with. I mean, end of the day for PvP, well, we'll see if they've done anything with Plague Break. But I was gonna say you can purge this stuff. So PvP, end of the day, having a 28-second dot is like, it's nice, but like you could always purge it. So, but PvE, this is like, I feel like this is really broken right now. I feel like it's pretty broken. It says the closest 6 enemies will have all damage over time, major debuffs, and minor debuffs applied to them, extended by 1 second per 25 ultimate spent. It doesn't say from you. It says just applied to them in general. And it can occur once every 20 seconds per target. So you can't like stack multiple people in it to get it to like never run out. But what you could do is have multiple people in it, and once the initial one runs out and everybody reapplies their buffs or their debuffs, then you have someone else use it then, and then you extend it out again, if that makes sense. So there will be like a small little window of downtime in there, but yeah, that's crazy. All right, we're gonna move on though. I know I said that earlier, but we'll move on for real. Crazy set. I love the idea. I think it's probably too strong, but it's a really unique thing that I did not expect to see at all. But yeah, we'll move on. Here we go. Next set is the heavy set. All right, this one gives you, this is a Glacial Guardian, armor, max stamina, health recovery. And then when you block an enemy within 8 meters of you, tether to them for 8 seconds. While tethered, you deal 368 frost damage every second to enemies touching the tether, cause them to have 200% increased status effect chance. What? The tether breaks if the target moves more than 12 meters away. This effect can occur once every 12 seconds, and the damage scales off your max health. Yeah, forget the damage. Damage is whatever, but the 200% increased status effect chance? I wonder if we'll drop charged. I wonder if we'll drop charged on our offhand now and go back to precise. It is only 8 out of 12 seconds though. But that's still like that's 66% uptime. It'll help with brittle. Yeah, I mean brittle's not really very hard to keep up. I'm looking at this more like as like a group-wide DPS increase. I mean, obviously there are other uses for this too, but for that target to take 200% more status effect chance, like people are going to apply burning more, poisoned more, all of the little status effects that do like tiny bits of damage here and there, that all that stuff's going to start adding up, and it's going to end up a pretty decent sized damage increase from this for sure. The thing is, we're getting so many sets. It's like, what do you drop for this? What do you drop? Burning is 100%, yeah, but that doesn't mean burning can't tick more and get you more damage. So burning, as soon as burning applies, it ticks for damage. So 100%, all you need is to proc it every 4 seconds. I mean, you could proc it every 1 second. You could proc it every half second. Like, the more procs, the better for your damage. So damage scales off health may be interesting for a Frostward and dungeon tank build. Yeah, I mean, I think 200 increased status effect chance is pretty. That's pretty decent to give it to the whole group. EC uptimes, wouldn't that be super? EC is on. EC doesn't care about status effects. Just that you hit with a damage type. So yeah, I don't think this would really affect that much. Block and brittle. Yeah, block and brittle. This is pretty cool too. I like this one. It's not as crazy as the monster set, but it seems pretty good. Anything that works as a debuff like this, it's really nice because then automatically everyone gets it. Like the whole group gets it. There's no like, Master Architect, you gotta hit your ult standing by the people correctly and give it to the right other members of your group, or with like Yorvolds, you have to, or not Yorvolds, but Roaring Opportunist, you have to heavy attack twice to give it to your whole group. Like this is just like automatic to everybody, It's just everybody gets it. So uptime is not bad, but it's not wonderful either. 8 out of 12 seconds, but all you have to do is block to get it. So it'll be up like pretty much constantly. Interesting set. I like it. Like Crimson, you just exist in it, procs. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Girdle of the Turning Tide. Here we go. This is another heavy set. So this was also heavy? Yeah. So we've gone through the 2 monster sets and one of the heavy sets. So here is the other heavy set. You get health, stamina, and health. Those are fine for tanking. When you block, you gain flowing water for 10 seconds, causing your next bash attack to deal 3191 magic damage to up to 6 enemies in a 10-meter line and apply major vulnerability for 10 seconds. What? What? Did they just give them a necro ult for bashing? All you have to do is bash and you have a necro ult? And then combine it with so bash and then hit your ult. There you go. 30-second major vuln. Oh my god. I'm all for like bringing down the necro stacks, but holy crap. Now granted, this is only 66% uptime. This is only 66% uptime. Oh no, I've had my alerts turned off. I hope I didn't. I just saw that with Tickety subscribed. Sorry, I had my alerts off. Thank you though. I appreciate that. Sorry you didn't get a little. Here, I'll do a custom one for you.
Hi. Thanks for the subscribe. Hi. Thanks for the subscribe. Oh yeah. Burner bow.
All right. Sorry if I missed any other subs. I don't think I did. Oh, I did. Kiwi Monkey. I missed yours earlier too. Thank you, Kiwi Monkey. And I missed a lot of follows. I'm sorry, guys. There have been a ton of follows today. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you again. Sorry I had those turned off. They are on now, so new subs coming through should have alerts. I sound like your grandfather. Your grandfather has a deep voice then, I guess. All right, this is interesting. I mean, it's only 66% uptime, but like I said, mixed with with this, it's higher. If you can work that out. I think major vuln for bashing. It's a little much. And it deals damage. Even only 66% one necro for empower can easily bridge the yeah. You'll this isn't getting rid of necros in our groups, that's for sure. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe this will bring necros down to like wanted at a level that's more on par with like how other classes are wanted. You know what I mean? Instead of like, hey, we need a bunch of necros and then like at least one of everything else. Like maybe this will just kind of tone that down a bit. It's interesting. I think Keybind Bash should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. You just have to block something first to get the ability to proc this with your bash. Like you block something and then you get a buff for 10 seconds and you have to consume it with that bash within 10 seconds. Yeah. Just want 8 parse DKs. Yeah, that's true. Okay, we'll move on though. So both of these heavy sets are really good. I like both of those. This monster set's insane and this monster set's kind of cool. So I think everything we've seen so far has been pretty interesting. For sure. All right, here we go. The medium set now. So you don't have to block an attack, just activate block when you block. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, and maybe it is just activating block. It's possible. Yeah. You just get the buff for 10 seconds. When you hit block, maybe. Hi! Thank you. Thank you, Pi. I really appreciate it. 9 months. That's like insert we're having a baby joke here, right? All right, but yeah, we'll move on to the medium set. So this one we have crit chance, max stamina. I would love if they would make these stamina lines hybridized too in the magic alliance, like we saw in this first set here, 731 and 731. Just make all of the bonuses that. Oh, I would really love that. Anyways. So we get crit chance, max stamina, weapon and spell damage. And then when you deal crit damage, you gain a stack of wild growth for 5 seconds and restore 100 stamina, 10 stacks max. Each stack of wild growth increases your max stamina by 222. This effect can occur once every 0.5 seconds. So this is Spriggan's Vigor. When you deal critical damage, you gain a stack for 5 seconds. So this works like all of the stack sets, like Yondir's, Berserking Warriors, Ogvin, all of those. So you gain a stack for 5 seconds and restore 100 stamina. 10 stacks max. So do you stop restoring stamina when you hit 10 stacks, or do you keep getting 100 stamina every time? Because never-ending stam regen with 200 weapon damage. Yeah, because that stamina will be 2220 once it's maxed out. So pretty weak on the damage, but just like insane stamina recovery. Yeah, doesn't seem super impressive. Maybe werewolf, they sustain, they need better sustain and benefit more from a large standbar. Yeah, that's a good point. Werewolves do get a big boost. Alternative to VO. Yeah. It's probably, so if you already have a different Slayer set going, this should be more damage than VO. If you don't have a Slayer set going, a minor Slayer set going, then VO I would think is still more damage than this, just because of that 5% on the 3-piece. For sure. Yeah, 5% is way more than 2,220 stamina. Yeah, this one's the first one I've got to that I'm kind of like, it's okay. This one's okay. Yeah, instead of Sulkzon VO, you could do Sulkzon with this for your sustain if you wanted. Yeah. Since you'd have overlapping minor Slayer bonuses there. It's okay. It's interesting. It's a lot of regen. Yeah. This is the first one that I'm not like blown away by though, which is fine. We don't like, if every single set it was just like completely game changing, that would be a little overwhelming probably. It's, you know, it's okay. We'll move on though. So this is the other medium set. Somehow I managed to like open these in the right order. Okay, so this one gives crit chance. This is Gryphon's Reprisal. Gives crit chance, offensive penetration, crit chance, and then when you deal crit damage, you or an ally can activate Gryphon's Reprisal on the enemy for 8 seconds, causing a small Gryphon to fly by and deal bleed damage. What? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of cool. To enemies within 5 meters. Okay, so it's a small AoE. Oh, but your allies or you can activate it. The synergy can be applied once every 20 seconds and scales off the higher of your weapon or spell damage. Now, what I wonder, it says the synergy can be applied once every 20 seconds. Is that per, like, is that like normal synergy rules? Like, I can hit this synergy once every 20 seconds? Or is this like, once anyone hits that synergy? Okay, I think it's saying that the synergy will pop up to be taken once every 20 seconds. That's how I'm reading this. When you deal crit damage, you or an ally can activate Gryphon's Reprisal on the enemy for 8 seconds, causing a small Gryphon to fly by and deal bleed damage over 10 seconds. So this will probably be pretty big, like once you have all your buffs and everything. This synergy can be applied once every 20 seconds and scales off. The wording is a little weird. It's like, does the synergy pop up every 20 seconds when you deal crit damage? Or like, do you keep popping up synergies after people pop it, but it can only be popped every 20 seconds? Or is it like a normal synergy where only one person can hit it every 20 seconds? So everyone could pop this if you just keep putting it out there? Yeah, I don't know. The wording is a little weird. We'll have to play around with it. Is it scale off your stats or the synergizers? Yeah, that's another good question. Usually those things scale with the synergizer's stats, not the person who put the synergy there. I think the synergy can appear once every 20 seconds. Oh, does it say it? Does it say it scales? Oh, it does. The synergy can be applied once every 20 seconds and scales off the higher of your weapon or spell damage. But see, it's still confusing with the wording, because if someone else hits the synergy, Are they now the you, like, in that line? You know what I mean? We'll have to mess around with it. Have a flock of griffins flying everywhere. Yeah, you can definitely hit the synergy yourself, for sure. But what I'm wondering is if, like, so let's say I deal crit damage, it comes out, someone else hits the synergy. Now, do I not? I just don't get a synergy at all for me. Or can I keep popping these out and get my own? You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone nabs the synergy, do I just have to wait 20 seconds? Seems like the synergy in general has a 20-second cooldown from your set. That's what I'm thinking would make sense. Yeah, it's a little confusing though. We'll definitely look at it on Monday. For sure. And see exactly how it works. If you have to wait, it seems pretty weak. Yeah, I think if it's just one synergy every 20 seconds, I'm not really like group wide once every 20 seconds. I don't really see the appeal. It's like it's still just one instance of a dot in that case. And so if that's the case, then like, why not just run a damage 5-piece? It's the same thing. Harmony Necros. Oh, okay. Maybe something like that. Yeah, since it is a synergy, it will scale with Harmony. That's a good point. Who cares about damage? You get to be a Welkanar with your own Gryphon. That's I like that, Tombstone. That's a good point. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, adding Harmony to the mix does kind of change this up a little bit. Yeah, that's interesting. But consider the dot will be 28 seconds. Yeah, fair enough. All right, we're gonna move on though. It seems interesting. We'll have to see exactly how it works though. This one is just kind of like, this one's all right. Spriggan's Vigor, but Gryphon's Reprisal seems interesting. We'll have to dig into it on Monday. Let's move on to the light sets now. Can it be Sork buffed? I don't know, Raged. We can look at that too. Alright, this one gives max Magicka, healing done, weapon and spell damage. So I'm guessing this is meant for healers, since there's a healing done bonus. How do you... Maligalig's Maelstrom set. I think that's how you say that. On overhealing yourself or a group member with a direct heal, apply Maligalig's Maelstrom to the target for 6 seconds that deals shock damage to enemies within 7 meters. This damage is based on 33% of the overhealed amount up to 3,300. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. Maligalig? Yeah. Is this every second for 6 seconds? On overhealing yourself or a group member with a direct heal, apply Maligalig's Maelstrom to the target for 6 seconds that deals shock damage to enemies within 7 meters. It doesn't say how often that ticks. It says for 6 seconds, but it doesn't say if that 3,300 is every second or every 2 seconds or every half second. If it's just once, then the whole 6 seconds doesn't really make sense. You know what I'm saying? 3,300 over 6 seconds, and that's the max, that would be complete garbage. Yeah, so that's why I don't think that's what it... I think that's what the ticks can do. But I don't know how often they tick. Yeah, some of these are a little confusing with the wording. We're going to have to look at it once we can actually test it out. But it's to all enemies within 77 meters. No, yeah, it is. It's an AoE. It is like Trey Bear said, lightning form for everyone, pretty much. But we don't know how often the ticks are. I mean, because if it was just one tick for 3,300, for them to say 6 seconds would be like, that wouldn't make sense. There wouldn't need to be a duration if there was only one tick. Does that make sense? So there has to be... It's either 3,300 over 6 seconds or 3,300 for each tick at some kind of interval within... Yeah, the wording is weird. The wording is weird. Are there new antiquities? Probably not with the upcoming patch, Mario. The antiquities will probably be in the High Isle chapter. That's how they've been doing it anyways. Spelled backwards is Gilliam. Gilliam, did you do this? It's an AoE. Yeah, we know it's an AoE. That part is not in debate at the moment. It's just like, how often does it tick? Is the 3,300 every tick? Is that the full duration of the ticks? You know what I mean? Hey Dante. Hey, what's up, Brochetti? You need to get your hands on them to fully understand. Yeah, for sure. This one, Maligalig's, Gryphon's Reprisal. We need both of these to like figure out exactly how they work. Spriggan's Vigor is pretty straightforward. You just get a bunch of regen and stamina. Turning Tide is pretty straightforward with how it works. You just block, bash, Major Vuln. Easy. Glacial Guardian is pretty straightforward. You just block, tether, increase status effect chance. And then the monster set, Nazaray. This one's just so crazy. I'm not even going to go through that again right now. And then the other monster set is a little bit of outgoing damage and some cost reduction for the team. So most of them are pretty straightforward until we get to Gryphon's Reprisal and Maligalig. These two are a little interesting. No, there's one more. There's one more. Yeah. All right, I think, yeah, that's about all we can pull out of this one at the moment. All right, and then the other light set. Oh, okay, they just used a two-hander to show it off, but yeah, this is the light set. Stormcursed. Stormcursed's Revenge. Adds max magicka, weapon and spell damage, offensive penetration, and then when you deal shock damage, you have a 15% chance to deal 1360 shock damage to the enemy and up to 2 other nearby enemies within 5 meters. This effect scales off the higher of your weapon or spell damage. Oh, there's no cooldown. No cooldown. Oh. This could be interesting if you're running like a lot of shock abilities. If you're running like a ton of shock abilities. Lightning Sorks. Yeah. Got your lightning flood, your lightning wall. I guess Master's Lightning. Yeah, Civilian Master's Lightning. There's not really a lot of good lightning abilities. But it's like AoE and it can always proc. I can see it being like similar to a Shock Ring is decent. Yeah, Shock Ring is decent for sure. Snake Eyes with the 6 months. Thank you so much. Oh yeah. Really appreciate that, Snake Eyes. Thanks for the continued support. Yeah, it reminds me kind of like Azurblight a little bit, except probably not as good. But just the fact that there's no cooldown and that it can just like keep popping off of everything that's taking lightning damage. It's just like it could just like be chain exploding on everything within it. Auroran, I think they changed that to not tick as often, right? So let's see. I think Auroran used to be every half second. Yeah, and it's only every 1 second. I mean, you could still do that, but Auroran's only every 1 second now, so it's not quite as good for that as it would have used to have been. But hey, Noonie, it's going pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it should work with those other lightning sets. You just like, this is a 5-piece set too, though, so there's only so much you could add in with that. Spicy ramen. Thank you for the sub. Really appreciate it. Welcome in. So, we kind of did a quick summary already, but I'll do one more. Monster set. This one, you deal a heavy attack, so it doesn't need to be a fully charged heavy attack. You just have to do even a medium weave is fine. But you pretty much send out this whirlwind that grows. Everyone within it gets magicka and stamina cost reduction, and it also deals damage as it goes out. This set is the most broken one that I've seen in here. So you use an ultimate. The closest 6 enemies have all damage over time, major debuffs, and minor debuffs extended by 1 second per 25 ultimate spent. So if I have all my single target dots and debuffs applied, drop a 500 ult on them, then everything that was on them gets extended by 20 seconds. So, yeah, that's crazy. Thinking about thinking about a DK, you apply your talons before this goes out. That talons is going to last for 24 seconds instead of 20 seconds. Or engulfing flames will be 34 seconds long. It's going to be nuts. Plus all the debuffs, as well as the damage over time. So this is going to be pretty crazy. It's going to completely change how we do rotations as a DPS if this is present. And then heavy set, this one you block, you get a tether, and anything in that tether is 200% increased status effect chance on them. So pretty much like giving a charged offhand to the whole group, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool set. This next one, you block, you bash, and then you apply major vuln for 10 seconds with a looks like it'll have a 5-second downtime before you can do that again. So 66% uptime on major vuln by just bashing, which is kind of crazy as well. Spriggan's Vigor. This one is a medium DPS set. It works like Yondir or Zogven, Berserking Warrior, all of those that stack up. So this one, the proc condition is crit damage. You get stamina back with each tick of that. 100 stam back with each tick, which is that's a lot. That's a lot of regen. So really good sustain. The damage side of it is not too great. You'll get up to about 2200 max stamina on the 5-piece. So definitely not the best for damaging sets, but kind of a nice mix between some damage and some sustain. It's kind of like a it's like a bone pirate that you have to build stacks for. Is pretty much what it is. So it gives you more than bone pirate, but it's not always active. Like you have to build the stacks and maintain them. Pretty much is how that works. So Spriggan's Vigor to Bone Pirate is like Zogvin is to Medusa. And then Gryphon's Reprisal. This is the other medium DPS set. Gives you a synergy that comes out when you deal crit damage that deals a damage over time with a Gryphon that flies by. Probably going to be really high damage once all your buffs are in. We'll need to look at it further though, because this synergy can be applied once every 20 seconds and scales off your weapon or spell damage. So I don't know exactly how this synergy is going to work. It does sound like you can hit it or someone else could hit it, but like the wording is still a little weird, so we'll have to check it out. Maligalig, the light set. This is another one that is a little confusing with the wording. Looks like a healing set, but you pretty much give everyone you overheal the equivalent of a lightning form, like they're a Sork around them. We don't know exactly how many ticks you get of that. It says it lasts 6 seconds, but we don't know exactly how much damage this is going to add. And then Stormcursed Revenge is the last set. This one is pretty crazy. Any shock damage is a 15% chance to apply more shock damage. I imagine this number could get fairly high as well with a bunch of buffs. There's no cooldown on this. It is only up to 2 other enemies nearby. So it'll be 3 enemies total that get hit by this amount, but there's no cooldown. It just has a chance to apply. So you just want a lot of shock damage rolling with this, and you'll have a lot of chances to get this to go off. And it should be like a just crazy kind of like bombing sort of thing, where it just everything is just exploding on each other and dealing a lot of damage probably. It seems like it could be anyways. I think it'll be pretty good. We'll have to mess around with it, but it looks, especially like on a Sork, who's already going to get boosts to all that shock damage anyway, could be pretty interesting. But yeah, that's it for all of the new sets. So that's a nice little summary at the end there. I'll probably put this up on YouTube. So YouTube people, hello, and thanks for watching, and bye.